Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about something a little bit different. Typically we talk internship advice. Today we're gonna dive right into that career because I know so many of you that do watch the channel are in that first, second, or third job after college and you're having to manage someone for the very first time. So before I dive into my management advice, I wanna remind you to subscribe to my channel. Make sure to hit the little bell, ding, so that you get all the notifications on the latest and greatest of everything Intern Queen. Today's video is about how to manage someone, and usually it's for the first time. So whenever you're managing someone, the first thing to do is make sure that you have a list of their roles and responsibilities. As simple as that sounds, so many people don't have that. So make a clear list of what that person's roles and responsibilities are. Then I want you to go back through the list and make notes. How much time should they be spending on each of those tasks every week, and what should the result of those tasks be? Now make sure to sit down and have a meeting with the person that you oversee to kind of go through and ask if they have any questions and to make sure that everything's clear. You also want to make sure that you come up with your communication plan. How are you and this new person that you're managing going to communicate on a daily basis? Are you going to meet for 5 minutes every day in the morning? Are you going to touch base before lunch? When are you going to communicate so that you're always checking in? Typically, I tend to go, as everyone knows, the micromanager way, especially at the beginning, because I think when you go too long without checking in with people, they've sometimes gone in like direction B when you want them to go into direction A. So it's always better, especially at the beginning, to check in, and make sure that whatever you want this person to do is actually being done. You also want to make sure that if they're getting held up or tripped up in the process or having problems, you identify those immediately. In terms of that communication strategy, you want to make sure that the person you're overseeing knows what they're supposed to do if there's a problem or a question or some confusion. Do they email you? Do they text you? Do they call you? How frequently do you want them to call you? Should they be bothering you with every single question or checking in with you once a day? Make sure to come up with those things ahead of time so that, again, there's clear communication. Again, I'll say it as much as I can. Check in. If you're not checking in, you probably don't know what's being done, and there's a good chance that at the end of the day, you're gonna say, oh no, I thought you were doing this, but instead you did this. I also recommend that you recap any conversations via email, because if you and the person you manage are not on the same page and it's consistently happening, and you go to tell your boss or someone else, it's really hard for that person to step in if that conversation isn't recapped via email. So whenever you have a meeting or a conversation with someone that you oversee, I really encourage you to put that in an email, because then again, if something doesn't make sense, hopefully that person will say something, and then it's also easier if you need to, take the problem to someone else. And my last tip is ask for help. If you're managing someone, even if you're managing an intern for the first time, it can be tough and it can be tricky, and it's difficult to manage different personalities. So ask for help, because the people around you can definitely be a support team, and I think people, don't ask for help as often as they should. So I hope this is helpful, and I look forward to hearing the stories about you all successfully managing people for the rest of time. So I'm really excited for all of you. Stay tuned for our next video.